One last game, and then it's on to Iowa, the land of corn and pro qualifiers.
Are you high right now?
What, babe? No, I'm just chill.
Boss of the toss. Cornhole as a competitive sport with the semifinals and tournament feel is already a hilarious concept because people take cornholes so seriously. So we have this origin story of this great cornhole champion. We see him training. We see what led him to his motivation. We see his nemesis, his competitor, and how this competitor is affecting his family and all these things. It's all the makings of a great champion story where we root for them to win. And then he wins with his weak hand. Funny moments to note for me were him barely being pulled away after the punch. And, the whole punch aspect is he punches him with his cornhole hand. That's such an interesting concept there. The knitting grandma being threatened to have her thumbs broken for her gambling debts. The announcer and his energy overall, just he took his job so seriously. But I also loved that there was an element of romance in here. You could see the chemistry between these two performers. It was so apparent. And the shot inside the cornhole, the winning shot inside the cornhole was a nice cinematic touch for sure.
All right, I just finished watching Boss of the Toss, which I ended up liking. I tend to like sort of very grounded community-based conceits like rec halls or like actor studios or something like that, because I feel like a lot of like real characters are in normal people. So I thought that this piece had a real great self-awareness towards that type of theme, and everybody on screen really gave a sort of three-dimensional approach to that characters that I thought really reflected a sense of detail and introspection as to like the logic behind these type of characters, this obsession around cornhole, how you act when you're hyper competitive. I thought they were really good at mining humor from those dynamics, and it mainly worked because of the dynamic between the characters on screen. I thought it was very natural. They had good comedic timing, and I just felt like you could tell that the cast in general were all engaged in sort of the comedic conceit at play here, and made it really work well. Obviously, I thought the main foil with all of his T-shirts and his hyper competitive approach was really funny. I thought that the sequences through the middle, which were a sort of classic take on maybe like an 80s or early 90s sort of sports montage dynamics. The ending, I thought kissing the girl with the fist in the air, I thought was a reflection of that as well. I just thought the piece had a good sense of style and a good sort of understanding of what it was and what it was trying to accomplish that sort of made the humor work well consistently. So I thought it was well done, it was well acted, and it was funny, which I thought is obviously the most important thing. So I ended up liking it overall.
I found Boss of the Toss to be very comical. It takes your traditional kind of rags to riches sports competition story, but then it focuses on something so menial like corn tossing, uh, but it takes itself very seriously, which adds to the humor. It's kind of like if you had like an intense drama about like frisbee tossing, or something that's just like a leisurely activity, uh, and that helped to amplify the humor of it all. And yeah, I definitely enjoyed it.
This is absurd, pointing fun at typical sports movies and choosing an odd sport for us to root for. This piece follows the genre movie trope formulas: having the girl, losing the girl, getting the girl back, losing the game, practicing at the game, ultimately winning the game. It had a Rocky sense feel to it, but rather than this brooding man, we've got this guy who likes to wear these punny t-shirts. There's this borderline like soap opera vibe going on with it. Certainly not the type of film to take seriously by any means. It felt at times as if I was watching a TV movie almost, especially with the freeze frame with the kiss at the end leading into the credits. He doesn't stand up for his lady in the way that she wants him to in the beginning of the film. And this journey that they go on takes him to not only help his grandmother not lose her thumbs to her gambling addiction, but learning the ways to stand up for the women in his life. Certainly boiling down to the types of love languages people have. And some people would want you to punch someone in the face versus not picking a fight at all.
Boss of the Toss was really fun. What a fun name, what a fun premise. Um, this is like a really fun, compelling character. He's just a kid trying to win this for his grandma. Something about it was like, for me, there was something like Napoleon Dynamite about it. Maybe it's just the involvement of a grandma, but it evoked that in me. But it was just really funny. These were some really fun characters you were really rooting for the entire time. Great dynamics with everyone on the screen. The acting was great. The writing was great. I loved the premise. It was shot really well. The pacing was great. And I had like some genuine laughs in it, which is all you can ask for when you make a comedic short. But overall, this was really fun. I really enjoyed it, and it was really well done.
This film had a nostalgia feeling. It kind of felt very 80s, like the Brat Pack type films where there's an adventure, there's an underdog you're rooting for, and he wins in the end because he has a good purpose doing it for his Grammy. Clayton really is a sweet soul, and he's written that way from the beginning, maybe a little naive, but overcoming. I think we all love the underdog stories, especially where they succeed at the end because it's not realistic, and we like that hope that underdogs can one day succeed and help, especially if their hearts are pure like his was. This film was really fun. It was heartwarming. Everything that a classic film should have when it comes to a family-friendly thing where it's fun and still heartwarming, where a boy is trying to do something for his Grammy.
So this was a lot of fun. I love how the filmmakers here have taken the sort of sports movie formula, or at least the loose shape of that formula, and applied it to such, for lack of a better word, I guess, not absurd, but uh, the toss. The it's hardly considered a very, I guess, competitive sport, at least not one that I'm familiar with. So yeah, mixing those two together is a brilliant idea. It reminds me of things like dodgeball. Really, just a strong concept. Good execution overall too. There's just some good writing in there. Great performances, and just a really good sense of just a really good filmmaking sense throughout. They definitely sort of nail down the shape of this piece. So we go on this journey, and they fit a lot into what is just under a half an hour runtime, to give this full picture of this story, while still giving us the human drama, giving us the laughs, giving us the whole narrative arc, all in that shortened time frame. Is really, just a testament to the keen filmmaking sensibilities behind this piece. Really, everyone does a great job. I really enjoyed this one, so yeah, great work.